Welcome everybody to a Stingray Dungeons & Dragons Christmas. I'm joined here by some of my friends from the studio and my friend Trevor, who I live with. So let's just go ahead and introduce everybody to start things off. So I'll start here on my right. Dan, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody who you are, what kind of character you're playing.
I'm Dan. I'm the producer over at CKSA Radio. I'm playing Klyle. He's an orc rogue, so that'll be fun.
My name's Brett Holden. I am the live hit reporter here at Primetime Local News. My name is Theater, and I'm playing a fighter.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm Connor. I am a videographer, and I am the emergency call-up anchor. And my character's name is Florida. I don't know why, but I decided that'd be an interesting name choice, and I believe I'm an archer.
Yeah, Ranger is what they call it, but
Same.
basically the same thing. Yeah, you're a sneaky Robin Hood guy.
My name is Trevor Reeser. I do not work here. I live with Blake. I actually work for TELUS and Legislature here. I am playing a Goliath barbarian named Clarence.
Beautiful. All right, and I'm Blake Nath. I'll be the Dungeon Master for the evening. Just very quick rundown of how Dungeons & Dragons is played. All these guys here have created characters based on the rules found in the player's handbook here. So I'm running their characters that they've created through an interactive story. Basically, I set up the plot line and such, and they tell me what they want to do. When they want to do something, they'll generally roll one of these dice, usually a 20-sided dice known as a D20, based on the roll of the dice and any relevant skills or abilities their characters might have. I will decide whether or not they succeed or they fail based on the rules outlined in the Monsters Manual and the Dungeon Master's Guide, which make up the complete set of the rule books. So, why don't we just go ahead and get started here, guys? Everybody ready?
Yep.
Indeed.
Okay, so starts out, it's a beautiful winter. The festive seasons are approaching. You guys are out looking for some fun around the winter time. So every midwinter's eve, the perpetually snowy mountain village of Hamlet Court arranges a friendly snowball fight with a small kobold tribe called the Snowbolds, who live in a nearby snow cavern. For those of you who don't know, kobolds are small little, almost goblin-like creatures. They're stupid little things, and they make small little societies and villages and things like that. So this year, however, the Snowbolds acted violently in the fight. They were pelting unsuspecting villagers with snow-covered rocks before retreating to their lair. So it was a lot less friendly this time around. So you guys, who have obviously joined the Midwinter's Eve Festival, have been contacted by some of the other people living in the village who have come to you guys and asked, hey, we know you guys are adventurers. Could you please go and find out what's going on, because this is a very strange occurrence. Usually this time of year is, about having fun and enjoying other people's company, and it's never come to violence before. So let's, let's try and figure out what's going on and solve this issue here. So you guys have agreed to help this small tribe of villagers, and they've brought you to where the kobolds generally live, which is a small icy cavern just on the outskirts of town. So you guys approach this cavern, and you notice that there are 3 entrances. There is one to the west, there's one kind of in the center, and there is another entrance to the east. It's pretty snowy out. It's been storming all night, so you guys can't seem to find like any fresh tracks or to figure out which door is the right one. So you guys just kind of have to figure it out, I guess.
So we're standing in front of a door?
There are currently 3 entrances to the cave.
Okay, so it's just like, do we see all 3 of them, or is there just one? Okay. So Clarence, being the overly excitable barbarian that he is, he's going to kick down the door.
There is no door.
There is no door.
It's just a cave hole.
Oh,
it's just a hole for a cave.
And okay, so I guess I am going to pull out my great axe and let's go! I'm super excited.
Which door are you going to go through?
Whichever one's right in front of me. Straight ahead. He's got tunnel vision now.
Okay, so you run through the door that is farthest east. Do you guys follow along with Clarence? Your friend just ran off holding a battle axe, screaming into into a hole in a mountain.
I mean, I'm more of a west guy. but
Well, we probably shouldn't let him go in by himself.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
game.
That's
Let's go. We should probably go after that guy.
I guess I should warn you. Clarence gets very excited, and so he doesn't, and he's not that smart to begin with. So anytime he gets really excited, it's just literally weapon in hand, and he's gone.
all right. Well, we should probably make sure he's okay.
Go gun ho into the.
All right, so you guys quickly chase after Clarence. Clarence, as soon as you enter the room on the east, you take a quick look around. So in the middle of the chamber, and this is what you are in now, you're in a large, icy, snowy cavern. In the center sits a snow mound. 2 tunnels lead out of the area, one to the northwest and one to the northeast. And as you take a second to look around, you all of a sudden see 4 of these little kobolds, and they pop up behind the mound, and they pull back on a couple of snowballs that they have rolled up. So what we're going to do now is what we call initiative.
Oh.
So you guys who have played before know what we're doing here. This means that a combat encounter is about to occur. So we're going to figure out the order of your turns. So we'll go ahead and have everybody roll your d20s.
Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
17.
So Trevor got a 17, Dan
18.
18, Brett, you got a 3 plus your initiative bonus, and Connor, you got a 7 plus your initiative bonus. And roll initiative for our kobolds. Okay. So Dan, you rolled highest on initiative, so you can go first.
Now, is this just an actual fight, or are we just pelting snowballs back and forth?
Well, here's the thing. These guys have been throwing like icy, rock-covered snowballs. They've been trying to hurt you guys.
Okay.
So they've escalated this past
Okay.
normal play fighting. This is an act of violence.
Okay. What I want to do is do the exact same thing. I'm a big orc, so I'm just gonna roll up a big old snowball and just
All right.
chuck it right at them.
So you go ahead and you roll up your snowball. You don't have to roll for that. You know how to do that. But just roll to hit them.
'Kay.
So you're doing a ranged attack with your snowball.
18.
18 hits. Yep. So Dan, you can go ahead and roll a d4.
Ooh. Okay. It's gonna be a 3.
3. Okay. And what is your dexterity modifier? Do you know?
That is a +2.
Okay, cool. So you roll up this perfect snowball.
Nice.
And like a perfect arc through the air. You can hear it whistle as it hits one of these kobolds in the face, and it immediately knocks him unconscious. Just the sheer force of this snowball has completely rendered him unconscious. So one of them falls into a lump on the ground. So now we'll go on to Trevor. You were second in initiative.
Okay. I'm going to just pause for a second and kind of look at my axe and look at the kobold, look back at my axe, but this is too big. I'm going to put my axe away, and I'm just going to run up and kick one of them in the face.
Okay. All right.
How dare you throw snowballs?
12 plus. I'm assuming I would put my
Strength modifier.
15.
15?
Yeah.
You know what? 15 is just enough to hit him. Yes, so you can also go ahead and roll a d4 and add your strength modifier to that.
6.
So, after Clyle had finished clocking one of them in the face with an icy snowball, his friend Clarence comes running, just bursting out in front of the group, and winds up and kicks one of the kobolds in the side of the head as hard as he can. And he just clumps as he hits the ground. And
He flies through the air.
It's good.
like, you almost field gold this kid. Yeah, it was good. So, the 2 remaining kobolds, now it's their turn, and they're kind of freaking out because, half their friends just got knocked out. So, they both wind up with their snowballs. One of them takes aim at you, Clarence.
Yep.
The other one takes aim at you. Okay, Clarence, what is your armor class?
12.
12? Okay. You're nimble enough that one of these snowballs is coming straight for you, but you just pull your shoulder back like you're Neo in the Matrix, and you dodge out of the way real quick. Ooh, Dan, your character is not as lucky.
Nope.
So, You were a little farther back. You were too busy watching Clarence, and you managed to get hit with one of these snowballs.
Ugh.
Yeah. So you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
4 damage. I'm okay.
You're all right for now.
Doesn't phase me.
So that ends the Snowbolt's turn. So we'll move on to Connor now.
I'm not totally thrilled on what they did to my friends, so I want to use my longbow and I want to pierce one as quickly as I can. Not kill one, but I want to at least pierce it so he can't run or can't really do anything. So
Okay,
in
so
some main artery area that's.
Take off his leg.
So you don't want to kill him, but you're
Well,
aiming for a main artery.
Make him suffer a little bit.
one of the not so main arteries.
You know, because that's better. Just make them suffer.
Just a vague D20,
Go ahead.
right?
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, D20.
That's
So
not.
you
That's
got-
unfortunate.
A 6, and then plus your ability
That's
modifier
11.
adds a 5.
11.
So a total of 11, which is not enough to hit the Snowbolt.
Didn't hit the main artery. I mean,
Florida's
No,
had
he's
some.
in
Florida has
Yeah.
some. Florida has some sight problems in a cave.
You fire, but it unfortunately goes a little bit low, and it pierces right into the snow mound. So one of them, while he's popping his head up, it just right beneath him.
I'm running back to right back behind theater right now.
Okay, so you run behind your fighter, who now it's his turn. So
Yeah, Theater is very short-tempered, and after he saw what happened to Klal, he takes his throwing axe and just aims for her chest.
okay, so Theater, has a set of throwing axes on the side. So he pulls one out and he winds up and he hurls it at the snow mound. So go ahead and roll your d20. You got a 9, and then plus your to hit modifier is a 5, which is enough to hit one of these guys. So go ahead and roll damage. That should be a d6, I believe.
Is that this?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh,
So you
that's-
roll. It's a 6-sided dice. It's the only normal dice in the whole bag.
I didn't know how many sides the dice had, to be honest.
You go ahead and roll that, and you'll add 3, because that's your bonus damage for that weapon. And what do you know? That's actually enough to take one of these little guys out.
Ooh.
So
oof.
the third kobold pokes his head up behind the snow mount just to see what's going on when
Oh,
Whoops.
gets hit by the blunt side of an axe right between the eyes, and he falls over unconscious. He's bleeding a little bit.
I hope he didn't hit a main artery.
Stop making fun of me.
Just crushed his skull.
That's 10 times worse than hitting a main artery and crush his skull.
Don't want to kill him. Just want to make him suffer.
What's wrong with that? We need-
Trevor, it's back to you. It's Clarence's turn again. Oh, sorry, Dan. Dan started this round.
How many of them are there?
There's one left, and he
There's-
looks pretty scared.
Okay, I'm just gonna intimidate him
Okay.
into running because I think that'll be a great idea. So like in my orc's lifeless features, he just stares at him just to scare him. So I'm gonna roll for intimidation.
Sounds good.
That's gonna be a 24.
Yeah. That's pretty intimidating. I'm a little intimidated. So the big, scary orc, just without saying anything, looks at the one solo kobold left and stares through him. The kobold immediately becomes uncomfortable and afraid and runs backwards and dips off into one of the exits.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly what I wanted.
So you guys cleared that encounter easily. Very nice. Good job.
I felt like I did nothing.
Quick.
Oh, the midget.
Now you guys, you just quickly take a look around your surroundings, and you notice that there is another split in the path. So there is one door to the west, and I use the term door loosely. It's a hole in the wall. You guys are in a cave. So there's one hole to the west, and there's one hole to the east.
Which one did the goblin run through? Or not the kobold?
The kobold, he ran through the one to the west.
I said that I'm a West
I'm
guy.
feeling a bit west today.
Yeah, West Side boys.
Shout out Kanye.
Nice name drop.
All right. So you guys head to the door through the west. You guys enter what looks to be like some sort of workshop. So you look around. There's tools and half-finished devices that are like all over the floor and every workbench, every surface. It looks very like a manic workspace. Some of the things have been left so long that they're like literally frozen to the ground. And you guys notice that there's a frantic old man who's kind of rustling through things and looking around, and he notices you guys come in and he turns around.
A
and
human?
It's not a human. It is a snowball.
Oh, okay.
He looks to be of like a higher rank than the other kobolds that you guys have run into, right? He's got a little bit fancier wares on. It looks like he's got some sort of hat. Signifies he's some sort of important person. Regardless, he runs up to you and he says, "Oh, thank goodness, there's travelers come through here. Something crazy has happened."
Something crazy? What are you talking about? We're tracing a midget through here. Have you seen him?
Oh, the kobold that just came through here?
Yes.
Yeah, he's hiding under the desk there.
Oh, come here. I'm gonna start making my way over, try and grab onto him.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
You grab him by the shirt and you shake him back and forth.
Why were you throwing snowballs?
And all of a sudden, you see just like his eyes roll back in his head, and he all of a sudden just kind of snaps out of what seems like some sort of trance or haze as he finally looks at you and has real life in his eyes. And he says, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what came over me. We recently discovered this monolith in the back of our cave structure that we had never found before. Once we had unearthed it, the kobolds began to act very strangely. Some sort of just, it was like a rage inside of us, and we began to get very violent. And honestly, I'm rather embarrassed. This is the first time I felt normal in several days. But if you guys could please help us somehow, it has to be something with the monolith."
What's a kobold?
I'm a kobold.
Oh, what's a monolith?
Like a big, tall thing,
Oh, kind of like me. I'm
like
pretty big.
like a statue.
Okay, I'm gonna put him down.
It's kind of like a statue.
So where is it?
The furthest room to the north. You have to go all the way to the back of the cave structure to find this monolith.
I just start walking north,
No.
just slowly.
There actually isn't another door out of here, so in order for you guys to continue north, you have to backtrack a little bit.
I'm gonna pick up the kobold again. I'm gonna pick up. Hey, midget, you show me show us where to go. Take me there.
Yeah, I can do that. Do you guys need to take a rest real quick? This is probably the best place if you want to take a short rest before we continue.
Yeah, he probably needs to.
I just sit in a chair and pass out.
Okay. So you guys let him sit and catch his breath for about like 10-15 minutes, and you can go ahead and roll your hit dice if you want to heal up. I know you took a little damage last fight.
Man, this guy's got more AC than me.
Okay, cool.
Both of you do.
Perfect. I'm ready to go.
All right. So you guys take a moment just to catch your breath and, to get back in the swing of things. You guys make your way back to the first room that you entered where you had the snowball fight. And the kobold takes you down the other pathway. So this leads you into a room, and there's a large pit. It's like a ravine, right? So you guys look over, and there's one singular crossing path, kind of like a bridge over top of this small hole in the ground. And on the other side of the bridge, you guys see there is another group of snowballs who are standing there, and they have a pile of snowballs ready to go as they all kind of pull their arms back. And the kobold who had brought you in with him says, "Oh no, there's more of them, guys! Quick, we have to make it through here to get to the monolith." And as he says that, you guys notice that the kobolds are ready to go. So everybody can go ahead and roll initiative again.
Yeah, big old D20.
So everybody can go ahead and roll initiative again.
Yeah, big old D20.
Oh my gosh.
7.
I have 3 plus whatever.
Oof.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Yes.
It's okay. I rolled a 3. It's okay.
What did you
I
roll?
rolled 9.
Okay. So you guys all rolled really badly, but that's okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so unfortunately the kobolds did roll the highest, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to lead off this assault.
Good.
Yeah. So they let off a barrage of snowballs from right to left, and they're attempting to hit each one of you. So Dan, we'll start with your character.
Oof.
You do get hit by a snowball.
Oof.
You take 6 damage.
Ugh.
You took a nap.
Yeah, I'm doing great right now.
Yeah, he's.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on my health, I'm at a 1.
Terrific.
Brett, they throw one at you, but you're a fighter and you have heavy armor, it bounces off of you. They, maybe if they would have caught you in the face or something, it would have hurt, but you're totally fine. Connor, they missed you completely. Whoever the kobold was who was aiming at you has terrible.
Whoops.
I understand his. I can relate to that guy.
Trevor, you unfortunately did catch a snowball to right on the cheek. You take 4 damage.
Okay, I am going to use a reaction to. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. Not right now.
Yeah, save it for later.
Yeah, there's probably something else coming up. 4 damage?
4 damage, yep.
Woo!
Enemy's turn is over. Each one of them took their attack, so we'll start with Brett. You rolled the next highest.
Listen, like I said, short-tempered person.
Yeah, he's angry, right?
I gotta yas another one.
Oh.
I have to throw another throwing axe.
Perfect. So he takes out another one of his throwing axes from his belt, and he winds up. And he fires it off, so go ahead and roll your d20.
A 6.
A 6. Okay. All right. So not as good as it could be.
Ruh-roh.
Not quite enough to hit them, unfortunately. Your axe goes short. It falls into the ravine. Yeah.
Oof.
Unfortunately.
Sorry, guys.
It is what it is. Trevor, we'll move on. Unless you want to move or something, if you want to run across the bridge, you can.
I'll hide behind is there bushes around?
There's nothing. This room is clear.
'Kay.
The only natural formations is the bridge and the ravine.
I'm gonna stand behind him. I have to stand behind Cloud.
Stand behind the guy with 1 health. That's a great
okay.
idea.
At least he has a meat shield.
Love it.
All right, Trevor.
All right, so I'll start off with my bonus action. I'll go into a barbarian rage. There's probably no snow around for me to make some snowballs.
Well, I mean, there is. Of
Oh,
course.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, there's snow all around.
We're all just going to try and hurt them. We're like, hold on, there's snow around, guys.
Some rocks.
I mean, Clarence isn't all that smart, so he's gonna pick up a rock and like huck it at him.
Okay, all right. So go ahead and roll to hit.
11 plus.
Yeah, that'll be enough to hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a d4 and add your strength modifier.
And if you have rage, it's +2, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you are in a rage, correct?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
4 plus 3 is 7 plus 2 is 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, you hurl this rock with a great velocity, and you crank one of the kobolds in the side of the head, and just like nothing, like a bag of potatoes hitting a dirt floor. So one of them's down. So that's great.
And then I'm going to sacrifice my movement to basically just try and intimidate the other ones. Just yell at them.
Okay, so he lets loose with a battle cry.
18 plus 4.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, so these kobolds are kind of second-guessing themselves, even though they are in a trance and they're not really thinking properly. That even kind of broke through their mind state that they were in. So we'll move on to Connor now. You're last. Oh, sorry,
No,
Dan
I'm
goes last.
I'm
Yeah.
last. Well, I'm gonna try to. I want to redeem myself and try to hit one of them.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter where. I just want to go for maybe
Go
that
ahead.
area. Let's go.
Confidence booster.
So-
Confidence booster here.
Pulls an arrow out
Can't
of
be
his
as bad
quiver.
as Theater's attempt.
Pulls it back. Fires the shot. Doesn't even come close. He dry fires the bow. You didn't even get the arrow notched in to the string. You pulled it back and you dropped the arrow and the string fired.
Can't be worse than theaters, bro.
Okay.
Okay,
At least
Florida.
I launched something.
I need to go away for a bit. I'm gonna leave for a bit.
Ooh,
That happens. That's totally awesome.
that's
No, but
beautiful.
God,
I love this.
Need a new set of dice.
So do you want to move or anything?
no. Let's just stay where we are.
He just sits there and wallows.
He just
Sit there.
sulks. He's
I'm
just
gonna
like,
go to a corner and just like contemplate why I'm doing this.
So Florida spends the rest of his turn pouting. So we'll move on to you, Dan.
okay, I want to grab the little snowball that we have and just say, potion now.
Okay. Roll, I guess, an intimidation.
Okay. That is 11 plus 5, so a 16. Math
He
is
just
hard.
kind of gives you a look, and he's like, "Whoa, we just came from the Tinkerer's workshop. There are potions there."
Go get me one.
Okay. And so he takes off, and he runs back through the door that you guys came through.
Beautiful. Can I still attack?
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot my short bow
Okay.
across at the guy that hit me and just try to hit him.
All right. So once again, pulls a arrow out of his quiver, pulls the string back. Ooh.
Yeah, look who's laughing now.
So
I'm pretty concussed, okay?
Pretty, that's a nice one there. You
I rolled a nat 1.
So Dan rolled a nat 1, so anybody at home who doesn't know, rolling a nat 1 in an attack means the worst thing possible can happen. And so as Dan attempts to fire an arrow, the string snaps and flies back, flicks him in the eye, and it hurts. Not enough to do damage, but
Okay.
enough that, he covers his eye with his hand and he kind of curses, and that ends his turn, unfortunately.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that was
Beautiful.
I feel slightly better right now about them.
So, the 3 kobolds left, it's their turn.
Still 3
There's
left.
still 3 of them left. You guys took 1 down. They start throwing off snowballs. Okay, so Brett and Trevor, you both get hit with snowballs.
Ooh.
Brett, you take 4 damage. Trevor, you take 6 damage. But, of course, you're a barbarian in a rage, which means you only
Yes.
take half that damage. So that 6 damage turns into 3 damage.
Yeah.
Great little ability there. And so that's the end of the snowball's turn. They threw off their barrage of snowballs. Connor, Dan, you guys didn't get hit, but Brett and Trevor did. So we'll keep on rolling.
We
Brett,
can't
it
hit
is now
anyone.
your turn again.
We can't hit, but we don't get hit.
Yeah.
Well, marksman. There's something there. Anyways, I'm mad now, so I'm going through under Kalal's legs.
Yep.
And going right over the bridge and trying to grab one of them.
You'd be rolling a strength check, so I have your stats. So just go ahead and roll your d20 then.
Remove that.
Just take that.
Okay, yeah. So you charge forward and you manage to grab one of these kobolds, and you just kind of get him in a little grapple. So what do you want to do now?
You know what? I didn't have a plan for after this, so I'm just gonna scream at them and try and get them to get out of that trance, because it seems like a little intimidation for them is a really big no-no.
Okay, so go ahead and so you can roll an intimidation. Once again, I have your stats, so just roll your d20 and I will tell you how you did. You did all right, but it wasn't quite enough to snap them out of the trance. You scream at them, but they're so disoriented, a lot of it doesn't register.
Okay.
Maybe try to be a little bit more guttural next time. Scream in their face. Words don't do a lot, but just screaming in general. So you got one grabbed in a death grip. You screamed at all of them. So that's your turn. We'll move on to you, Trevor.
Sweet. Well, if he's over there, I'm going.
So you're gonna charge over the bridge.
I'm gonna charge over the bridge.
Okay, so you do that.
I'm gonna try and step on one of them. Because they're probably what? They're small?
They're small creatures, yes.
Okay, I could definitely step on one of them. For sure.
That's what I like to hear.
What would I...
It'd be a strength modifier. It's an improvised attack. So
Okay.
what did you get total?
13.
13. 13's enough.
Woo!
So you can go ahead and roll a d4, which is the damage die for an improvised attack,
Sweet. 4.
plus your strength modifier, plus your rage. Means that
carrying
that
us.
is enough. So Clarence runs over, screams, "Arrgh!" lifts up his leg and stomps down on one of these kobolds and just pushes him into the snow. He forces his body like halfway through and just kind of sticks his face in the ground, and this kobold is stuck. And yeah, he's really not having a good day. So he is out of the fight. He's done.
I
So
feel
we'll,
that.
we'll go ahead and move on to Connor now. It's your turn again. There is 2 kobolds left. One of them is being grappled by our good friend Theater.
Kind of scared to roll, actually. Not gonna lie. After all that,
Just do
I'm
it.
gonna mix. I'm gonna mix it up a bit. I have my great axe. So maybe I'll use. I'm gonna use my great axe.
It's gonna be a
I'm gonna
nat
move
20.
up few feet.
Okay, so
He's gonna
you'll
roll a
cross
1.
the ravine
Yeah.
in order to be close enough. You cross the ravine, and so you're going to make an attack on one of the kobolds.
Yep.
He just has no luck.
Excuse me, can you let me roll, please?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's better.
Okay.
So is that 24 then? Or no? Is that
Yeah.
moving up?
Sorry, yeah. And that shouldn't say great axe. That should just say
Okay.
axe. But, yeah, so
not
that's
as
enough
great.
to hit. So you,
Just average.
Brett's the only one who's big enough to rock the great axe because he's a fighter. He wears big, heavy armor. He knows what he's
Is it-
doing.
Saw it, dude.
D4 though?
The axe is a d6.
Oh, D6. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll a d6.
Ooh.
Bam. So maximum damage, he rolled a 6.
Let's go.
Throwing
So-
us down.
Oh, baby.
I'm using this 2020.
You're using the sharp side or the blunt side?
Sharp.
All right, so he brings down the sharp side, and we won't get into too many details, but suffice to say that the snow is now a different color than it was 30 seconds ago.
Got him in the
Another,
main artery.
at least a secondary.
Yeah.
artery. So 3 of the kobolds are down. There's now 1 left who's being grappled by Theodore, who's shaking the crap out of him. It is now Dan's turn.
I just scream again. What was that guy's name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I'm waiting for that guy to bring me a potion.
And so that's what he spends his turn doing.
Okay,
so
beautiful.
He quickly runs back to the Tinkerer's room, and he comes back and he's holding 1 red potion, and he tosses it over to you. He goes, "Here you go."
And I just chug it.
All right,
Just
so you can
pop it open with my mouth and pour it in my mouth.
So go ahead and roll a d6 then.
A 6.
Perfect.
Is that plus 6?
You betcha.
Love it.
So he quickly chugs down a potion, feels super refreshed, and it's great.
Can I still attack?
Oh yeah.
I will chuck a snowball.
You're gonna chuck it.
Chuck
right at the
another one.
that he's holding.
Yeah, right out of his hands.
So go ahead and roll attack.
That is a 17
Oh,
plus.
you crank him, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Just right out of your hands.
I'll take the assist.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll your d4.
D4? Oh.
And that's enough to take him out. So
Just right
he's
out of
holding
your
him up.
hands, yeah.
He's like got him with both hands and he's shaking him, and all of a sudden out of the corner of his eyes he just sees a snowball. And he just goes limp in Theodore's arms as he just sets him back down in the snow.
Get you.
Just look back like,
All right.
Me, I was over here with you.
yeah.
Got a little potion like dribbling down my face. Just
You guys took out the second set of kobolds, so good job there. You guys could take another short rest if you want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going to as
you guys
well.
take a short rest, and so everybody has a dice that they can roll to heal some health. You guys take a short rest, and so everybody has a dice that they can roll to heal some health. You haven't taken any damage,
No,
have you?
no, I
So
haven't.
yeah, you don't have to worry about it. The D10 is that one, yes.
This
so you
one?
can roll that and heal however many.
That's terrible.
So that would be a 10.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you
Oof.
should be fully healed.
I
Yeah.
saw 0 and I was like, whoa, whoa. Sorry, boys. I'm going to be the Dan in this one.
Wow.
So is everybody done healing up then?
Yeah, while we're taking a short rest, I'm gonna go over to that kobold real quick. I'm gonna just like kind of squat down right in front of him and be like, "Can you go get more of those potions for me?"
He's like, well, I can try and see what I can find, but I don't promise much. A lot of the stuff has been frozen.
I'm going to intimidate him and say, "Well, for your sake, I hope you find something." 14 plus 4.
Okay. The little kobold, scared out of his tiny little snow boots, says, okay, well, take 15 minutes. I'll go and look around and I'll see what I can find. So he leaves and he comes back about 15 minutes later when you guys are finishing your rest, and he says, all right, I found one for each of you, but I think I cleaned out everything in the workshop. So here you go, but I don't think there's anything else useful for you guys in here. So you guys have finished in the ravine room. There is only one exit to this room, which is directly across from the ravine.
We go through it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm doing.
Yep.
So you guys continue further into the cave structure. This time you guys enter a large, irregularly shaped room, and in the very center of it is almost like a platform made out of snow. And in the center of it, you guys can see it's a snowman. It seems a little strange because there's a large hole in the wall to the north, and you can see light shining through on this snowman as you see his little coal eyes all of a sudden roll up, and he scans the room and he sees you guys. And he raises his little twig arms as he starts to roll towards you. So everybody can roll initiative.
Oh, man, fighting
Well, it didn't
snowmen.
Taught me anything. Anything standing inside of a single light in caves and poles.
Oh, get out of here.
Get a 1? Well, I mean, initiative is definitely not the worst place to get an at 1.
It's true. It's true.
It's probably the
got
best
14
place
if
to
that
get an at 1.
You got a 14, you said?
Yeah.
I got 12 plus 2.
I got
Okay.
6.
Definitely didn't get a 1.
He got a 1. If it's any consolation, I'm out of coffee.
I'm about to.
I don't think you need any more
Alright.
coffee.
You underestimate me.
So, Connor, you rolled highest, so we'll start with you. So, yeah, like I said, you look forward, you see the snowman, he's rolling towards you, there's a bright light shining on him. It looks like he's getting ready to attack.
All right. Well, I don't know if is it just mostly he's made of completely snow.
He's snow, he's
Just all
100%
snow?
snowman.
Okay. I think the most effective thing I can do is just use my axe, charge up, and try to make some kind of dent or.
You can do
attack.
that, yeah, if you
That's
like.
the only thing I can really. Okay, so 15.
Okay,
No,
15.
sorry, no, so, yeah, 15. Yeah,
Okay, 15 is enough to hit him. So go ahead and you can roll damage. That's your d6 there.
That's 10.
Okay.
No, sorry, I had that wrong. It's
4, and then plus your
Plus
strength bonus.
3.
So that should be a 5. Okay, so is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Connor?
No, let's just.
That's
let's
it?
Just keep. Let's just
Beautiful.
Start off decent.
Yep, all right, good start, good start. Dan.
Okay, so while Florida is attacking him, I wanna have my big orc just go for stealth and just roll out of the way, hoping he doesn't notice me. So I'm gonna
Okay.
roll for stealth.
Sure, go for it.
That's a 10.
A 10 plus, that's your total?
No, so 4 plus 6.
4 plus 6.
Yeah, that's my
okay.
total.
It's not super sneaky. Yeah.
Okay. Well, can I still slash him by the side then?
Yeah,
Just
go
not
for it.
sneak attack him.
Yep, so you can not sneak attack him, but since Connor's already fighting him, you're flanking, which means you get advantage.
Oh, fair enough.
So you get to roll twice and take the better of the 2 rolls.
Okay. Well, I'm going to attack him with my rapier,
Okay, sounds good.
right on his snowy side. So that is a 17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on him.
I'm gonna roll one more time just in case it's a nat 20.
call.
It's an 18, but
So you do manage to hit him though, which is the important thing.
yeah, that works. So 1d8 plus 2. So that is a 8 damage total.
Wow. Okay, great hit, great hit.
Chop off a little piece of snow.
Yeah,
Does he have
so
a carrot nose?
he does have a carrot nose.
Ooh.
So Dan leans forward and pokes his rapier through him and gives it a bit of a jiggle, and he pulls it out and takes a big clump of snow out. So it looks like he's missing. You
It's
know.
right after a big orc just rolls like head over heels, just trying to be sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work.
Just hit the ground super
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Okay, so it's now on to Trevor's turn.
Sweet.
I'm not a great rogue.
I will pull out my great axe, and
Alright.
I'm assuming you went this way. I'm gonna go this way, and just kind of run to the side and just swing at him.
All right, so go for it. So he breaks out his axe.
I'm assuming that's flanking as well.
Yeah, so you can roll with advantage.
Plus 5, 16.
16 is enough to hit, so you can go ahead and roll damage.
10 damage.
10 damage, okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
So he's very close to being destroyed. Very, very close. You can tell, like, you have
Come on,
knocked
dear.
out. There's not a lot of snow left on him. He's probably weighs half as much as he did when you guys first got in. So it's now his turn, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
So
He just rolls like, oh.
it's okay, just leave it. I'll just use a different dice.
Yeah, come here, Brett. Thanks. You don't get one anymore.
Okay, so he takes a shot at who was directly in front of him? It was Connor, wasn't it?
Uh-oh.
Yep. So he takes a shot directly at you, Connor. He pulls back on his stick and goes to punch. And what's your AC?
Nice, pretty thing.
Okay.
He's
So
actually
he-
got a high AC.
He does, especially for a ranger. That's pretty good. He does hit you though. So you take
Okay.
6 damage. So you go from 10 to 4. So right now you're pretty hurt, but you're still standing. You're doing all right. And that ends his turn. That's all that he can do. He can only make one attack. So back to you, Connor. This could be your redemption arc right here.
Okay. I notice I want to do like a big one last swing if I can. If he's almost destroyed.
All
I'll
right.
just take another swing at him.
No.
Go for it.
It's D20, right?
Yep, D20, yep.
14, so 19.
Yeah, so you hit him. So you bring this axe down on him. So go ahead and roll damage.
Just a 1.
Come on!
Here's the funny thing, though. That's really all he needed.
Yeah, that's fair.
As soon as you said that, I watched that happen. And just everything overcame me. I'm like, there's no way that just happened.
So, Florida, our friend Connor, brings his axe down, and he splits the snowman right in half as he falls into two halves on the ground. And he splits the snowman right in half as he falls into two halves on the ground. Now, as soon as that happens, you guys notice that the light that was coming through the hole on the north side all of a sudden begins to pulsate and become what seems to be even more powerful, right? It becomes more intense as the snowman that you guys just finished killing, all of a sudden that snow starts to clump together again as it looks like it's starting to try to reform. So you guys are going to have to figure out some way to stop this crazy evil snowman
That's
before
no
he
sun.
reforms.
Well, you said it's coming out of a hole, right? Like it's coming through like a hole from the
Yeah,
roof or
so
something like that?
from the north side, there's a hole in the wall that's shining this light down.
How big is the hole?
The hole, it's pretty large. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
got to be like 3 feet by 3 feet, like
Oh, okay.
you know. And all that you can see through it is you can just see light shining down.
I think we gotta find a way to patch that thing up because that's pretty much. It seems like that's his lifeline.
Yeah, we should go check out, see if there's anything inside of it. Like in it, I don't know if it actually goes right outside or whether there's something in said hole.
Can I eat his carrot nose?
Oh yeah, that's a good
I'm
call.
I'm eating his carrot nose.
Go for
I'm
it.
just picking up his nose and eating it. Do I have to roll to eat?
No, you're gonna get 2 hit points for that.
I'm at max, so perfect. I
All right,
love it.
You're feeling great.
It was delicious.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm making that happen.
Hey, Peter, thanks for your contribution. To
Hey, you know what? Listen, every good team needs a cheerleader, baby.
So, do you guys want to maybe roll a perception? You guys can take a look around the room. Try and see
Yes.
Which one is that? A D20?
Just a D20,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, 10.
Got a hard 3.
I got a 7.
Okay, well, our boy Theodore here, he rolled well. He takes a quick scan of the room, and he looks and he sees off to the eastern side of the northern wall. There's actually a small tunnel on that side, which looks to seem like it leads around into the back side of that wall.
I'm not fitting in there.
Is this whole place made of snow?
Oh, yeah.
Can I just punch the wall
Yeah, go for it.
where that hole is? Just really hard. I'm just going to punch the wall. So that's an 8 plus, I'm going to guess, strength.
Yeah.
So that's a 10.
You punch the wall, and I mean, you don't take the whole wall out, but you literally punch through it, and you make like a hole, and you can see through it. It's like the wall isn't super thick. It's maybe like 6 inches or something.
Oh, it's just a snow wall?
It's just
yeah,
a
I'm just
snow
gonna
wall.
kick it. Of course. 15.
Well, with Dan's punch and
I'm gonna kick him.
Oh!
Through the wall.
Okay.
so you do that. After he finishes punching a hole in the wall, he's kind of peeking through it to see what he can see. Clarence runs up behind him and jumps out and kicks him with all of his force
Just like jump kick.
as he forces you through the wall. And it smashes you through it entirely as there's now like a nice little doorway.
We don't deal with holes here. we
You're
make
literally
them.
The meat shield, dude.
I'll take it.
So
Yeah, never mind. You know that little hole that there.
I'm the best rogue.
So you guys walk through, and in this hidden chamber behind the northern wall, there's nothing in there except for this giant ice monolith. So it's a giant statue, very basic statue, just like an obelisk. And at the top, you can see it's refracting light, which is shining through that hole in the northern wall. So you can tell that obviously this monolith is the source of magical power, which is, affecting all these kobolds. It's building that evil snowman. Like, this is the weird black magic thing you guys were looking for when you came here.
Dude, I called dibs on it. It would look great in my bedroom.
I mean, should we destroy it?
I'm taking you with me.
I punch it.
You punch it?
I punch it.
All right, go for it.
So a 10.
You punch it, it hurts. It's a solid ice, but you see a crack fissure up through the monolith.
I'm gonna take my great axe to it.
All right, roll for an attack.
Let's practice.
Ooh, there we go. All right. So Brett winds up with his great axe, and he does a large swing and he follows through with it and he cracks it as the monolith shifts over and it falls entirely, and as it hits the ground it shatters into pieces. The light no longer shines through the northern wall. You guys can feel like almost a calming now over the entire cave system. It's like, a dark cloud has just been lifted. So the tinkerer, the man you guys ran into earlier in his workshop, he comes through the door and he's bringing with him another person who's dressed in fine wares, very nice hat. And she introduces herself as Madame Mayor. So she thanks you guys and she explains to you that, well, the snowbolts were expanding their ice layer. They had stumbled upon this hidden section that they didn't realize was there, the one that contained the monolith. When they excavated the area, it released that magic which had such an influence on their society. They're very simple-minded creatures, so it wasn't hard for this black magic to sort of corrupt them and take control of their minds. But you guys destroyed the monolith, so you lifted that, you guys lifted the magic spell from the snowballs. And so they return back to their friendly selves. You guys return to town. You guys let everybody know about, how you saved the Kobold Village. Everybody celebrates. They all have a very wonderful midwinter festival. You guys finally have the actual snowball fight where it doesn't end in violence and people being killed and knocked unconscious. And everybody enjoys themselves, and you guys celebrate and have a wonderful time. The kobolds and the village invite all you guys back next year for the festivities, the midwinter festivities of the next year. They say, come back, you guys you can be on your own team for the snowball fight. It can be 1v1v1. So
Sweet.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw a snowball at him.
So congratulations, guys. You made it through. Nobody got killed. You guys
Almost.
saved the village.
Boom.
You guys saved the kobolds. The mayor was very thankful that you didn't kill them. There was a casualty, maybe a couple
so
of them.
we weren't supposed to kill those people?
I just threw one right between a guy's eyes.
Well, now I feel bad about that.
As you should.
I mean, it would have been better if nobody died, but
Well, I thought these people were bad, so that's why I did that.
they were only under.
That's
an
why
evil
Florida does what he did.
That's understandable. Florida does go through some stuff.
Florida goes through a lot.
spell. Well, thank you guys so much for playing with me.
for having us.
I really appreciate having you guys. Thanks everybody at home for tuning in, and we hope you guys all have a wonderful Christmas and happy holidays. Thank you very much.
Excelsior.